Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 4 video. Today I'm going to show you the Incinerate Sorc in Season 8. I just had to come back to this build which I have played in the past and also did videos about it. And yeah, if you want to see how it goes, then stay onto this video and watch. Going into the skill tree, I have the Glinting Firebolt right here, which might seem odd, but we are using the Firebolt as enchantment, which reads that dealing burning damage has a 10% chance to heal you for 5% of your maximum life and unleash a Firebolt at a nearby enemy. So if you unleash the Firebolt, then Glinting Firebolt will be in effect, which increases the burning damage I deal to the enemy by 25% for 3 seconds. So I'm just trying this out. Might be good against bosses, so we will see. And also pierces through burning enemies, so it can effectively hit multiple enemies. Then we got Incinerate, of course, with Destructive, so that we get more protection. And then I also use Flame Shield. I actually use the quadruple defensive skills. I use Flame Shield with Mystical, Flame Shield Teleport with Shimmering Teleport, Ice Armor with Mystical Ice Armor, and Frost Nova with Mystical Frost Nova. Then moving further along, I got some precision magic right here for lucky hit chance, and then align the elements of protection a little bit for yeah, well, it's called protection, so there you go. And moving down here, we got Firewall also for our second enchantment, because enemies take more increased burning damage while we are in, while they are in the Firewall. And this has a lucky hit up to 33% chance to spawn when we are dealing damage or casting. Inner Flames just gets us more damage. I'm not really investing in Crippling Flames because I get 3 from items. I tempered it, for example, like I tempered 2, and then I also got the Shroud of False Death, giving me 1 to all passive skills. So it's kind of enough to have that like that. I got Permafrost and Hoarfrost because Hoarfrost increases my damage to chilled and frozen enemies, and we are gonna do a lot of chilled and frozen. We have Inferno, of course, with Supreme Inferno giving us 50% increased damage while Inferno is active. And then, of course, Endless Pyre and Soulfire for more damage with our skills. Cooldown reduction with Evocation and Elemental Synergies to deal a little bit more damage. And then Combustion, which right now gives us a 840x more damage. Moving on to the Paragon board, it's actually not optimized yet. I'm very early in my journey as a level 70 character. It is a second character, that's why I also have 2 mythic items. But I haven't optimized the board yet. So we got Pyromaniac right here, increasing my Incinerate damage, so it makes sense. Then I got the Fundamental Release, increasing also my non-physical damage. And then I got the Flame Feeder, increasing my damage to burning targets. And moving over here, we got the Enchantment Master, making my enchantment stronger and also gaining increased damage for the element that my enchantments are. They are both on fire. I will show you in a second, but I already talked about it. Then Torch giving me more burning damage. Tactician also giving me more damage when I use a defensive skill, and we are using defensive skill like all the time. And we have Frigid Fate right here, more damage to vulnerable enemies. And then lastly we have Burning Instinct, of course, giving us more burning damage. And then together with Control, because we are crowd controlling quite a bit. Going over the gear, I have Harlequin Quest. It just has everything I want, especially like the cooldown reduction, damage reduction, and 5 to skills. We got the Knockwat Rune Word right here, inflicting crowd control. We gain the ability to invoke the Horror Decrepify, slowing enemies, reducing the damage, and letting me execute them. And then we got the Shroud of False Death right here. It's kind of decent. Would be better to have a greater affix on all stats, and then also masterwork that. But overall it's pretty strong because the +1 to all passives. And then you got the Soul Sack right here, which if I invoke a skill from another class, which will be done through the Horror Decrepify, then I reduce my active ultimate cooldown by 1.5 seconds. So I'm using this because 8 seconds on Inferno is kind of okay, but I actually want it a little bit lower, so this will help me to get there. I'm also thinking of using Vex together with the Seer Rune, so we get +3 to skills every now and then. It's also a good choice. Kind of a little bit experimenting still. Then I got like these gauntlets. They have core skills. I actually want plus Incinerate, of course. And then I got the conflagration aspect. We're actually pretty tight on aspects. I mean, there's like really a lot. There's like a good aspects for Incinerate, and we only have like 4 offensive slots. So we have Conflagration, for example, right here. Then we go to the pants and we got Snow Veiled aspect for making ice armor so that it gives us unstoppable and reduces our damage taken. And ice armor is pretty much up pretty much very often or always. And then we got Jan's Blessing, tempering, masterworking rather, the movement speed just to move around faster. Otherwise we are pretty slow and it's not really a great feeling. And then this one gives me every now and then gives me like another ice armor or another flame shield or another frost nova if they are on cooldown. So that's pretty nice. I really like Jan's Blessing on this build. Then of course flame throws and the two-handed staff, still better I guess than the unique flame scar. I haven't tested it roughly, but yeah, I need a triple masterwork on the chance for Incinerate to deal double damage right here. The roll is very good on the temper, but I need the masterwork right here. And then of course, like the flamethrowers gives me the splits into 3 beams and then more damage for all of these beams. Moving on to the amulet, we got the overheating aspect, also very strong. Again, like there's so good and strong incinerate aspects, which we actually need. I don't even have anything socketed in here because I'm actually good on resistances and I'm good on armor. Anyways, we got cooldown reduction right here. I don't think we need it, and we got intelligence, which is a must. And then actually, I'd rather have like Inner Flames passive, for example. But yeah, I haven't found it yet. Then important Infernal cooldown reduction, same on the ring, Infernal cooldown reduction, and then also the Engulfing Flames right here for more damage against burning enemies. And also every offensive temper is fire damage. I would love if we have temper for burning damage, which also would then scale combustion, but I guess we are not allowed to have that. Then of course Talrasha's masterworking on cooldown reduction, and then overall just everything that we want. Lucky Hit is even also great on physical damage as well, and then of course the unique ability is very great because it can stack up to 75% more damage. Of course this is not a max roll, but still very good. Boss powers, I'm running with Wandering Death's Chest Beam, giving me not only damage, but of course a 50x increased damage for everything I deal to the enemy that is affected by it. And it's always up because of Incinerate. The Incinerate's Flame giving us 25x more multiplier, and Neyrelle is giving us 20x more multiplier. And I'm actually using Beast in the Ice just for consistently applying chill. I'm also toying around sometimes with Harbingers of Hatred Volley, because actually I can of course freeze with like Frost Nova, I can freeze with like Ice Armor, at least it will chill periodically close enemies for 20%, but this is like very consistent, like it is like so fast that they are frozen. I really like it. And lastly, I got Mercenaries, of course, Subu, my man, giving me Scorched Earth, so more damage over time from me, as well as Incendiary Bolt, which gives me another chance of a Molotov. And then I got right here just in case I'm getting a lot of damage or something, giving me Bastion when I'm injured. So. And yeah, that's it. I think I went over everything. I'm using Elixir of Advantage. I'm using Soothing Spices just because why not? And then of course Intelligence right here. And let's go into the tier 70. Unfortunately, it's not the fastest build in terms of clear speed. It's just due to the nature of Incinerate, because you have to stand there and ramp it up to do your full damage. But it's still a decent and a good time if you like this kind of playstyle. The only little gripe, and that's why I have the rumor that lowers my ultimate cooldown, is that this is my source of vulnerability other than Frost Nova. So we apply vulnerability through the Inferno. But the Inferno also pulls enemies together. It also gives us 50x damage multiplier. So it's just overall, we want to cast it like every 5 seconds if possible. So let's say every pack, you know. The good thing is we have decent sources of Unstoppable. We have our Ice Armor due to the aspect that we have on our pants, giving us Unstoppable. And then also I got the Flame Shield giving us Unstoppable if we need it. And even immunity, I guess. Even stronger. And yeah, that's basically the rotation. You're gonna jump in with Teleport. It also gives a 30% damage reduction. and look for the packs with the elites or with the like this damage reduction guys, and then try to pull them together with Inferno. Also make it invulnerable. If you need, you use Frost Nova, and then actually keep your ice armor up as much as you can, because it will give you another 15x damage multiplier if the enemy is frozen, which they are pretty much always if they're not unstoppable. And yeah, that's about it. Flame shield if needed, and then we just jump from pack to pack, you know, using our skills, having a good time, just standing there and burning them all. Like right now I was like blinded, and then I just reacted into doing the flame shield. The good thing is like we have a lot of cooldown reduction, so we can really spend our skills whenever, and we also have the Yen's Blessing, which will just use another or activate another ice armor or something, or maybe another, well, Frost was maybe not always that valuable, depends where we are, but most of the time in your normal rotation you actually don't necessarily need Flame Shield or Frost Nova. So most of the time Yen's Blessing should be targeting the ice armor. What I really don't like, I don't know if that's just recently, but if I custom panel, sometimes the enemies, they stand inside of me, and it seems like I cannot really shotgun them with all 3 beams, so I need to do like this small sidestep. It's kind of a bit of annoying, so a little bit of adjustment here in terms of like gameplay and positioning. And as you can see, we're already like 3 minutes in. We don't have any problem of clearing this. It just takes some time, and for some reason, I don't know if this was the case in the past, but if enemies have a barrier, then dot damage really does almost nothing. I don't know why that is, or since then maybe you can enlighten me in the comments below if you have like the same experience, or if you remember that it's always been like that. But I feel like in this season, if I have some dot damage build, damage over time build, then if the enemy has a barrier, I'm having like a really hard time dealing damage. And it's so annoying. So if you're looking for some other gear than the mythics that I showed, of course you don't need to play with the mythics. You can use, for example, for your chest piece, you can use Soul Brand, which would be like the, let's say, the defensive option. Or you can use Raiment of the Infinite, which would be the aggressive option, and it will give you a lot of damage through glass cannon. It's actually probably the pit pushing variant. Like it will be good to push pits. It will be probably net you more damage overall. I just don't like the playstyle with the teleport as much. And as for your helmet, you could use Godslayer's Crown. That's pretty good. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so the boss, once it's staggered, you want to use your ice armor, because again you get a 15x multiplier. And other than that, you just stand there, and if they do a big bad attack, you use your flame shield to be immune. And there we go. It's 70 cleared. As you can see here, my glyphs are still not really up to par. I still need to like have a lot of work to do right here and upgrading them. So this will be even stronger, as well as some gear pieces will be stronger. But I'm not expecting this to be able to clear Pit 100, but who knows? Maybe somebody can come up with a bit of a variant that can do it. But Pit 80 should be no problem. And then, you know, I need like better aspects as well with higher ratings. And yeah, neat little build. Still needs some help. I think if they put an offensive tempo that gives you +2 burning damage, so that you can scale combustion even higher, I think that would help a lot in making this more viable. Because you already have the downside of just, you need to stand there, you're like kind of immobile, and at least give us a lot of damage, right? But yeah, that's the Incinerate build for Season 8. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.